With a change of venue, a change of lineups for Joe Torre against the left-hander Darren Oliver. Derek Jeter, who had begun the season as the number 9 hitter, moves up to the leadoff spot. Tim Raines drops to number 2 tonight. Bernie Williams will hit third. Cecil Fielder, a solo homer and an RBI single in Game 2, is back in the DH spot. Strawberry on the bench. Fielder, the cleanup man. Tino Martinez will hit 5th. Mariano Duncan 6th. Paul O'Neill dropped to 7th. He's 1 for 9 in the series. Charlie Hayes in against the left-hander. Boggs on the bench. And Girardi catches and bats 9th. Oliver was 14-6. Prior to this year, he'd been a reliever most of his career. When you look at that ERA, you have to take into account that the league ERA is around 5 runs a game. Even the best pitchers have seen their earned run averages elevated in this year of the hitter. Oliver will be 26 on Sunday. Born in Kansas City, grew up in California. The son of former big leaguer Bob Oliver. High and away, ball 1 to Jeter. Did you play with or against Bob Oliver, Joe?
Both. I played against him mostly. Pretty good hitter.
In fact, for the 73 Angels, Bob Oliver had 33 homers and 100 RBIs. Infielder with Pittsburgh, Kansas City, the Orioles, the Yankees briefly. Next one to Jeter, misses. One of Jeter's 4 hits in the series, a double. 2-1 pitch. And Oliver falls behind 3-1.
When you talk about playoff experience, this is where it comes in, especially with a starting pitcher. He has to get off to a good start.
Jeter swings on the 3-1 pitch. Little flare into shallow right, and Gonzalez comes on to make the basket catch.
There you see the Texas defense. Greer, Hamilton, and Gonzalez left to right in the outfield. Palmer, a key man in Game 2 against the Yankees, at third. Elster at short. McLemore again at second. Will Clark at first. And Pudge Rodriguez doing the catching with Darren Oliver doing the pitching. You know, one of the things, too, that you got to take into consideration about Oliver tonight is the fact that he's not working in New York, Bob. He's working in front of a friendly crowd here in Texas in his first postseason appearance.
Oliver is reputed to be a serene sort. Not likely to be shaken, but nonetheless, as you say, better off in front of the home crowd, and this is first ever start of anything like this importance.
Bob, I don't want to let this point get away. We saw Derek Jeter swing at a 3-1 pitch. That's the deficiency that the Yankees have. They do not have a legitimate leadoff hitter.
Another chance for Gonzalez. Scarcely has to move. 2 out.
And my point there is a leadoff hitter that when he goes 3-1 in his first at bat, he is supposed to take that next pitch, make the pitcher work. We see Tim Raines get ahead in the count 2-0, and Oliver has gotten out of this inning so far with 2 outs and only throwing 2 strikes. You have to make the pitcher work, especially a guy that does not have a lot of experience like Oliver.
Well, Jeter hit 9th the first 2 games of the series. Joe Torre moves him up to the leadoff spot against the left-hander, but told us in the clubhouse before the game, as you said, he's going to go up there hacking. He's not the classic leadoff man in the sense that he's trying to wait the pitcher out. Bernie Williams takes a strike.
Both Jeter and Raines, Bob, too, with little fly balls to right on that 90-plus fastball from Oliver.
Saw the numbers on Williams, a disproportionate amount of his power from the right side when you consider that only about a third of his at-bats were right-handed. He hit 16 of his 29 out of the park from the right side. Gonzalez racing toward the line. This ball carrying pretty well into the corner and up and over the fence for an opposite field home run for Bernie Williams. And boy, did that ball carry, Joe.
Well, it's down the right field line. It's short down the line. That ball curved right around the pole. But he must have hit it very well because that ball just continued to travel. I first thought Gonzalez had a shot at it.
All 3 balls hit right field. This one carries into that corner and right. This again is a fastball from Darren Oliver. And Williams got it off.
We'll get another look at it after the first pitch to Fielder. Off-speed pitch high and away.
Here it is again. This is a fastball right around the outside part. And you see Williams a bit tardy, that ball slicing into the corner, and he hit it out of here.
This ballpark is built in right field to be similar to Detroit. And that ball right down the line is only 325, so it's very short down the line. This is very similar to Tiger Stadium in right field.
Next one to Fielder, misses. What breeze there is tonight appears to be blowing out in that direction, and it helped push the home run out of here for Williams. 1-0 New York. Two and two.
You see that right field line, 325 as Joe said in the corner, then angling out. A lot of nooks and crannies in this ballpark. A lot of different caroms and bounces.
Full count to Fielder. Generally, the left and right fielders here will bunch toward the gaps because there's so much room in the power alleys. A lot of triples in this park. And that's in the seats foul. Darryl Strawberry got the start in game one against the right-hander Burkett. Stranded 4 runners. Then Fielder started game two, had the solo homer and an RBI single. And an obvious choice to be back in against the left-hander tonight. McLemore has it. And that finishes the Yankees in the first, but not before the Williams home run gives them an early 1-0 lead.